here this morning to ask a few more questions in regards to a right-of-way that I claim on my property. I brought this morning a plat and a deed for a right-of-way that runs parallel to my property between the Bartlett Water Precinct and my property. It's a plat right here. If you look real close, you know, excuse me, that's right here it says through the ball field. Let me get my glasses on. With right of way across said Stillings land through the pasture at the southeast corner of my field. Okay, this is the GBR, this is the ball field, this is the road that runs up. GBR being Gateway Ball Field Road, is what we've labeled it since the last 2 years. Goes up here, and then the trails come through here. Now, after examination, I've walked up through here, I find barbed wire that's grown inside of trees. Actually growing inside the trees, and it's all rusty, which just bolstered.
Make a copy of that thing?
Bolstered my.
Make it that big?
I don't know, I believe my attorney a couple of years ago, my former erstwhile attorney, Randy Cooper, showed you these.
Have it back
right
as a
here.
copy for us. Have it back when you're
Oh,
done.
this is not the one, this is a better copy right here. Let's see. Yeah, you can have a copy, you can make copies of this. This one
Make a
here is
copy,
not-
or is this a copy for us, or do you want us to make?
Yeah,
it?
make a copy. Yeah, make a copy of that. This one here is kind of. Now you know, John Tang with Doug Garage, Gene Chandler. Now that I'm not going to go away,
Can
I'm
I
going to
get a
sit.
copy of that?
Who is making it too?
I see. Very good.
I reckon you realize that I'm not going to be going away and going into going away on this project, approving my right of way to that ball field, to the road next to the ball field. Because actually that's coincidental I said that, because what's happening is people are saying that I'm using the ball field. A lot of things that are written into legal documents I noticed by your attorneys are mentioning that I been using the ball field, and it's wrecking the ball field. When snowmobiles ride on the ball field, I haven't been using the ball field, the actual ball field, but the road that runs between my property and the ball field. I just want to make it clear that the attorneys involved in the case keep saying that the ball field is being used by me or in the past, and it's being damaged. Well, we know that ain't correct because there's a fence there now, so nothing will be getting damaged on the ball field. But this is a right of way that's been attached to my property since 1876, since the transfer of Alfred Stillings to Frank George. And what I'm looking at here is case history. This case history, pretty much Breakers Motel versus Montauk Sun Beach, where it explains it. Situations such
Just
as
copy for us?
yeah, you can have that. Since it stated 1876, one's going to ask, well, there's a tax on my deed. The tax on as far as the law is concerned. Different laws that are written on the subject, the easements or right-of-ways. Even if the property, the water precinct is a utility, pretty much, we all know that property's been held in more of a proprietorship through the years. It's not been, used for, laying any pipe or used for a transfer station for power or anything like that. it's been a empty field up to 20 years ago. And then most recently, it's only had a backstop, and then just recently, it's been fenced off and whatnot. And just want to find out where you guys are at on this with this one, you know.
Do you have anything else to present?
Only that I have, this here's a chain of title for the parcel they haven't actually
Is this
stuff.
for us?
You can make a copy of that, yeah.
Well, I don't ask you that, I know I can make a copy, yeah.
I was running late this morning.
That's okay.
That one you'll have to make a
Do
copy
you
of.
have anything else we need to make a copy of while we're doing it all, that you wish to present?
Let's see. You don't need a copy. That's probably all you need is a copy.
Okay.
Unless you want to make a copy of that, here, you can make it, that's a class action that I'm working on. Class action lawsuit, even though that I have a suit pending in federal court against the town of Bartlett, USDA, I feel that the case may be not presented right to the court and I may lose it. If I do lose it, I'm gonna be pursuing a class action suit because it is a public right of way. Public has the right to access the forest through that area, so that's what I'm looking at is down the road. Just wanted to apprise you to that, so you know what I'm doing. I don't want to be doing any of this. I'd rather just have what I had for many years and which my property's enjoyed for many years, dating back as far as 1876, was pretty much being able to access the forest from my historical property. That's all I want. I don't want to go to court or anything like that, but I'm in court and that's where I'm going to stay until we get some kind of closure on this. I mean, it's just a matter of time, Gene, before, this gets out. I'm trying to get it out now through the media, they're stubborn, right, because it really doesn't excite the general public, so they're not gonna, excuse me for a minute. What's happened is, I love these phones. I just love this. Won't let me turn it on. That's strange. It won't even let me turn the phone off. That's weird. I turned it off. I took the battery out.
I don't even have a cell phone.
Mr. Maderos, can you make a note for the minutes that the map that he provided is not an official map? No, I don't know who drew it, but it's not a certified map.
So do you have anything else there, Rick?
No, other than to speak with you gentlemen, and trying to see what's going on. I mean, I'm in a hardship, my business is the cabin rentals, and my snowmobile business is suffering, and don't know how long I can hold on with being shut off with my cabin rentals and access to the forest floor. My revenues aren't, I can't generate enough revenues to sustain my mortgages on what I have. I mean, for years I was comfortable, and I had access. I knew what I could make during the winter. I knew what my cabins could make, and now I just, I have no idea, because I'm just a mediocre player in the snowmobile rental business now. I'm not a premier snowmobile rental company where people can come and know they're going to have direct trail access. So I'm relegated back, to a mediocre snowmobile rental business, competing with two other people that just came into town in recent years. And people keep saying, well, they deliver to the parking lot, why can't you? Well, you know, that's ridiculous to even to hear that people, you know, not people, certain officials say that, because, you know, just because they deliver, they have to deliver because they don't have real estate abutting the national forest. And a precedent's not gonna be set by letting me have what I had in years past, on that GBR going into the forest. There's no precedent gonna be set for the other two companies to say, well, look, you just let Ed do it. No, Ed's got easement rights, he's got right-of-way rights, and, you know, he's been there a lot longer than you guys, and you don't even have access, so you can't mix apples with oranges. You know, so that argument is out the window. But I'm telling you, Gene, I'm suffering, you know, things are, you know, my health is bad because of this, you know that, stress and all that. And, you know, I can't bear it anymore. I'm not gonna go away. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna do a class action suit next, and I'll just keep redefining, you know, until I get this right in the court of law, because I know I have a case. And Doug, you come down and you drop those rocks into separating the two parcels. Drop the big boulders, you borrowed them off the guy, you know, Jerry McManus across the street. Then that's a big slap in the face. You know, Jerry and I were arch nemesis for years in the snowmobile rental business, and then he donates the rocks, and then Don Ryder donates the logs. I mean, to block off access to my cabin rentals. I mean, if this ain't, you know, some kind of collusionary type of thing, I've never heard of it. I mean, and I want it to stop. You know, I'd be willing to drop everything right now if you just let me do what I've been doing for years. I mean, and now, you know, of course, I've known about this right away since Randy Cooper found it. Whether that's an official thing, and I'm sure Randy Cooper wouldn't have fudged a plat. I don't know, you know, but that explicitly shows the right of way going up through there. I mean, and you got to think back in the old days, in the night, Gene, back when it turned of the century, the 19th century, that part of the area up there was all logged. It was a lot of logging, and a lot of pasture. Okay, pasture meaning don't have to necessarily be flat like that ball field is flat, but actually that pasture went up back in the back, up on a hilly, more of a, because there's some drainage that comes down from the mountain and it forms a bog, real mushy, boggy, and it gets water. And I believe that's where the cows would drink. That bog is right behind the southeast corner of that field, as per that plat states. I mean, you're welcome to come up. I'll show you where the barbed wire is in the trees and all that. Again, I mean, with the plat and the deed, I mean, I shouldn't even need that, but I'm glad I have it. So what I'm asking you today is to expedite the review of this, because when I say expedite, I'm in my season now, and the faster we can get this resolved, the better I'm gonna be, and everybody's gonna be for it. So if you
Expedite what?
expedite the review to ascertain through your own investigation if that plat is for real, and that deed that says the right of way in it is for real and verifiable, and I'm asking you to go and ascertain that before this, you know. Now that...
Before what? You cut yourself off.
If you can ascertain the validity of that plat and deed for my right-of-way through your own investigations. Instead of listening to me across the table telling you it's mine, I own it, and it accrues and attaches tax onto my property. I don't want you to believe. I want you to go and ask the selectmen to find out through their own investigations to see what they find out.
Okay, we will send that along to our attorney and all what you've given us today.
You know, I've talked to everybody, the senator, the AG's office, the FBI, and they all have a lot of good things to say. And the AG's office is working on some stuff right now for me to help me along. But you know, we don't need any of this scheme. We don't. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to go away. I got Senator Callis. he's sympathetic to what's going on with me. I got Bino down at the Dread, I got, you know, a lot of people in the AG's office in that room for me. They're just waiting to see what's gonna happen with this. Cause I believe he's used his office, Doug, to better further his own cause. When you dropped those rocks in my property, didn't you see extra revenue in your cabin rentals? You didn't see no extra revenues, people coming down to your cabin rentals, so gee, you have better access than what this.
Just stick to fact, I didn't drop the rocks, Ed, so stick to fact.
ordered
I know
it.
that it's a hard place for you to be.
You
It's a
ordered
factual
those
rock.
rocks to be dropped.
I did not have anything to do with those rocks.
Well, who did?
You go find out, I don't know.
Okay, we'll send that to our attorney, all your information, and see what he says about the right of way, okay?
All right,
Thank you.
okay.
Get that stuff up to him, while you're still looking at it, before you get done.
Yep.
You can send that down to him.
Now, can I ask one question? Why would you do this to me? Why would the selectman's office do this to me when I'm a premier business and I'm bringing money into the town of Bartlett? And I'm a flourishing business, you know, why would this happen? Why did this happen?
I can't comment on something like that now, we're in litigation, so
Well, we can.
we'll do the best we can, send it to our attorney, and it's in his hands, and he'll give us an answer. Best I can do for you, right now,
All right.
so. Thank you,
Did I get all that back?
you got everything back,
It was flat, the one that you had.
That's our copy that we made.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else to say.
all right. As soon as we get back, we'll let you know.